80 wins, 72 knockouts between them. There's grudge, needle, skills and power. A potent mix for as exciting a match anywhere in sport this year. Joining me, Ben Bonte, the main man of Team Klitschko, and Adam Booth, the main man, of course, of Team Haye. Without further ado, please welcome from just down the road in Bermondsey, South London, the former cruiserweight king of the world and the current and defending WBA heavyweight champion, the Haymaker, David Haye. Now, from the Ukraine, and a hero, of course, in Germany and in many parts of the world, the long-reigning WBO and IBF heavyweight champion, the towering force, who is Dr. Steelhammer, Wladimir Klitshcko. Okay, David, a few words. Now you're back in your home country.
Yeah, thanks for all coming down. I went over to Germany yesterday to Hamburg, to Imtech Arena. Beautiful stadium, beautiful arena. I've always wanted to fight somewhere like that, with a huge crowd, huge capacity. I know the atmosphere is going to be electric. We had a face-to-face, the first public face-to-face. We had a face-to-face a couple of weeks ago. We did some promo stuff for HBO. This is the first public one. And a lot of people thought I looked a bit subdued. They said we wasn't your usual self. There was no stunts. There was no razzmatazz. You just said some words and sat down. And yeah, I did. The reason for that is, with my prior fights, I spent a lot of time thinking about, what am I going to say? I need to do something. This time round, I just want to train. I just want to focus 100% on beating him as conclusively and explosively as possible. So most of my energy throughout the day is thinking about destroying him, not thinking of something clever to say. And it's unlike me. It's unlike me to do that, and I'm happy about that. I'm where I want to be physically. I've been training since January. I'm in very good condition already. I wanted to make sure, this potentially could be my last fight, potentially. So I want to make sure I'm superhuman on the night. I want to make sure no stones left unturned. I want to make sure that everything, all the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed. I'm perfect on fight night. On July 2nd in Hamburg, Germany, everything is done perfectly. And I'm really happy the fight's finally been signed. I'm happy that I've got Wladimir Klitschko. I'm happy about the media attention, and I'm happy I've got my man. I've got the one that I've been talking about for years. The boxing gods decided, July 2nd was the date we was going to get it on, and it's here. It's less than 8 weeks away, and I couldn't be in a better place than I am now, physically, mentally, spiritually, and you're going to see a unified heavyweight champion. I believe Wladimir Klitschko is probably solely responsible for killing the heavyweight division, for making sure that the heavyweight championship hasn't been shown worldwide. A few channels here and there, but the big boys sort of turned off to it. The average boxing fan turned off to it. Finally, they've come back to it for this particular fight, and that's because of me. That's because of my speed, my athleticism, and what I do inside the ring. He was trying to, I don't know what, he had some sort of joke about my Twitter page. You can follow me on Mr. David Haye on Twitter if you want to follow me there. But he said something about I need to write something on. He's trying to come up with jokes, and his personality is exactly how he fights. It's boring. And that's exactly why he needs to be eradicated from the heavyweight division. He says I have no respect, no class. Yeah, maybe. I've never claimed to be the classiest guy, the most respectful guy in the world. That's probably why a lot of you are here today, to wonder what I'm going to say today. That's why it's probably not going directly live. because no one knows exactly what I'm going to say. But the way I see it, we're two animals. You know, you get two dogs in a fight. You know, one of the dogs got a few tricks, and when you say sit, it sits. The other one rolls over, gives you paw, left paw. That's him. I'm just a dog. You can't control me. And when you get two dogs in a fight, the toughest one wins. The one who's tougher mentally, physically, that's me. I'm a prime fighting machine. He's manufactured. Look at his style. Look at what he does. Boring. Jab, jab, grab. Jab, jab, grab. That's all he does. But then the guys that he's fought so far have allowed him to do that. He can't control me. He tries to control me. The other day he was stand up, move there. So mentally he has to try to control everybody and everyone's saying, all right, sit down here. He's blowing the circuit. And on fight night, the circuit will be blown once again. Because I will not do what all his opponents have done in the past and take his stupid jab, allow him to grab them. It's not going to happen. He's too slow. He's way too slow to come to the table with me. He's coming to a gunfight unarmed, and he's going to get destroyed. No doubt about it. July 2nd, Hamburg, Germany, live on Sky Sports, box office. He's getting KO'd. Can't say it any clearer than that. I'm trying to learn it in a few different languages, but my brain don't work that way. Unfortunately, I'm not multilingual like this intelligence over here. I focus my energy on fighting and knocking people out and looking spectacular, and that's what's going to happen on July 2nd. So tune in. So if you don't, you're going to miss one of the most brutal, explosive heavyweight contests that's ever been. Because I'm in my peak, and it's time for the Klitschkos to fade into boxing history as just big robots that they are.
Thank you, David. On Sky Box Office, of course. Welcome back to London. Great to see Wladimir, and some words for the British press.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to be here in London. This is one of my favorite cities in Europe, and I have a lot of friends. I spend a lot of time here. It's really, really great to be here, and especially at this press conference. By the way, your mic is too short. At this press conference, and with my future, hopefully, opponent in the ring, David Haye. I actually was thinking, David, I'm talking to you.
Control, freak.
No. I actually was thinking to give you cheering, but you know what? Your performance was not so good. Yeah, I understand you're focusing, on your fight, but your speech was a little bit weak. I was expecting you to do more because you want to be an actor in Hollywood, and that takes a little bit more to get over there. So you have to focus and stay focused on sport. But I have to admit, the man is a businessman. I saw the Haymaker magazine, and I open it. Me, and more me, and more me, and with these people, it's me. So it's really Haymaker magazine. If you like with this magazine, you could change the H to G. It's going to be maybe funnier and better for sales. But it's about fighting, actually. On July 2nd in Hamburg, and it's going to be a beautiful arena. We were yesterday there. It's going to be your first fight at the stadium, right?
First fight?
Yes.
Oh, wait.
First fight. I promise you.
Your last fight, by the way.
Yes. I promise you, you will really, really be impressed how great it is that to fight at the stadium. I've been fighting 3 times before. It's going to be a 4th fight in a row. And I can tell you guys, when you're in the middle, in the ring, and all these people, thousands of people, it was all the time different, 45, 50, 61. So this time it's going to be around 50,000 people in the stadium. And the fans, there are going to be a lot of fans from former Soviet republics, a lot of fans from the US, from Germany, and of course from Great Britain. I love British fans. your guys amazing because you're cheering, you're singing, the soccer songs, and you're just supportive. I experienced that before. It was in the US, and it was in Las Vegas actually. One of the British fighters was fighting there, and it was amazing. The British fans were so loud, and it's gonna be a fantastic event with a lot of spirit of the fans in different countries, with a lot of different mentalities, and it's gonna be a really enjoyable night also for me because now, here in London, I want to represent David Haye. There were 49 before that he called them, they are
Bums.
B-U-M-S. So, and I just want to represent number 50. Number 50 on the kill list by Wladimir Klitshcko, David Haye. And I'll show you that you are not different than the other 49. And trust me, it's going to be this way. About boxing. Boxing is such a beautiful sport. The history of boxing started here in England, if you look back. And it's a sport of a gentleman. So two gentlemen fight each other with a gesture, and the winner gonna get the female's heart because we do it all for female. That's the basics of that. And gentlemen behave themselves as gentlemen. Let's see how David Haye gonna behave himself right now. David, I said hello to you. I was trying it before, but you never gave me your hand. David, hello.
I don't do what you want me to do. Don't you understand that? What part of that don't you understand?
Well, the man doesn't want to
You
give me a
cannot
hand.
control me.
It's not.
Unlike your rest of your
It's
opponents
not
who
pretty
just there
good.
for a paycheck.
So it's
No.
clean.
I'll
There's no
touch your glove
germs,
before-
nothing.
I'll touch your hand
And-
before the fights. When the
Anyway,
referee says
it's-
touch gloves,
it's
because that's part of the
just
rules,
disrespect.
I'll touch gloves then.
For example, right now you're interrupting me.
Here we go, more
Just sit
control.
quietly.
This is the same way
Enjoy
interrupting
my
me.
speech.
I'm loving it.
Enjoy the
This is
speech.
as entertaining as your fights.
So, one more time.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
very
bring
happy
mine on this one.
that David Haye signed the contract. I just want to tell you the truth. I made this fight happen. David Haye wants to have 50% of the deal. He got all those 49 guys, they got big check to fight me. And you're gonna be number 50 and you're gonna get 50%. And you're gonna get the biggest check in the history of my opponents. Not in the history of boxing. Unfortunately for you.
You're
But
getting
anyway.
the biggest check of my opponents. Congratulations.
And I had, we've been talking a lot. There have been a lot of hot air back and forth in the last 2.5 years. Promises that he hasn't delivered, this and that. And now I had to make this deal and I had to give him 50%. I think he didn't deserve it. He hasn't been in the heavy division for such a long time. He hasn't established himself. But I have to give credit to this guy. He has been promoting himself in a very rude and disrespectful way. Disrespectful to a lot of fans, to my family, and I will teach you how to behave yourself in the ring. And it's going to be long 12 rounds for you. Long 12 rounds for you. Just, I wish that you won't, keep sitting in the corner like other guys did, and you doesn't want to go, you won't go to another round, or you're going to get knocked out earlier. So my plan hasn't been changed in the last 2 years. I will fight you for 12 long rounds for you. And in the last 12th round, I will knock you out. And it's actually going to be good for your future life. And my brother is a doctor. And he will take care of, post-traumatic stress and stuff. So I think he's going to do it for free, just as a favor. But I think it's going to be good for you and for your future life. Just learn some things as respect, not be too cocky. It's good for the beginning, but there's a certain edge, certain line that you cannot cross whatsoever. You can't.